Welcome back to Life in Pinstripes. I am James Yevon.
And I'm TJ Stolzenberg.
And welcome back to another brand new episode featuring your two favorite schmucks in the whole wide world.
What's up, fam? How we doing out there?
Oh, we're hanging out. We're doing well.
Episode 19.
19, yes.
19.
Tanaka time!
Oh, that's Tanaka's number?
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't know
I was
anyone number 19.
How about Tanaka, the guy that threw the complete game shutout,
You know what?
two-hitter.
And speaking of Yankees, let's dive right into Yankees baseball.
Yeah, because think about it. I feel like it's been a while since we actually had a quality conversation about the Yankees.
Especially at the end of last week's episode.
And
the Yankees.
Done.
Had to cut it. But we will say this. Cameron Maybin, who
yes, Cameron Maybin.
I love.
I've always loved him.
I've always loved him. And you know what? He's like a veteran in the league that's always played on a not-so-good team. Look what happens when he comes to a place where he's fulfilling a role. He is shining. I mean, he's only had, 120 at-bats?
120 plate appearances. He's only played 38 games because he's been filling in the holes without Judge, without Stanton, who are coming back this week.
And, that's big. We'll get to that.
I know.
But Cameron, in his last 3 games, has hit 3 home runs. One per game, obviously. But he's not known for things like that. You know, and with all this swirling questions of what's going to happen, who's going to go up, who's going to go down, Cameron Maybin, we're going to tip our cap to you this week because you are making it very difficult for the Yankees management to figure out what to do with you.
Let's just say this. We have a good problem. Not a bad problem,
yes.
A good problem. And boy, these next couple of weeks are going to be very, very difficult. What's going to be going on?
You know, you mentioned when Judge comes back, our outfield is going to be looking like Stanton when he comes. Wait, when's Stanton returning?
Tonight.
Oh!
Against the Rays.
He's back tonight!
He's batting 5th and in right field today.
Right field?
Yeah, he's in right field today.
All right.
I'm fine with that.
We'll take it.
When he was with the Marlins, he was a right fielder.
That's true.
So it's perfectly fine with that. So, first of all, welcome back, Giancarlo.
Welcome back.
It's been a very long time. We have missed your 565-foot bombs.
Did we see his last game he played? Like live? We saw him?
March 31st was his last game.
And we saw him
strike out with the bases loaded, I think
it
was. He had that like one little I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
We knew we were screwed.
But he's back. We've got an outfield looking like Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Hicks, hopefully Aaron Judge soon when he comes back, maybe at the end of this week.
Yep, that's what they said.
You know, and they're going to be platooning with people like Brett Gardner, Cameron Maybin.
And not Clint Frazier.
Ooh.
All right.
So,
this brings... you
you
give this to
start
me?
because...
All right, so, if you may know, Clint Frazier was a star.
Yeah.
He hit 11 home runs. He drove in around 32 RBIs. Think about it this way. The Yankees brought down a guy that was batting .283.
Yeah. His bat was hot.
His glove was almost
not
as cold as Antarctica.
Yeah. He had that infamous game with 3 errors, and clearly when that happens in baseball, you're looking at a player that's in his own head, and more evidence supported by one of the post-game interviews where the media, especially what you said, New York, maybe New York's not a place for him because that media is going to poke and come at you right after you make that mistake.
Which is unfortunate because everyone's looking up to Clint Frazier when he got this guy, when he sent Andrew Miller to the Indians. We're like, okay, Clint Frazier, he's obviously a talented outfielder. He's shown his skills, but when he's not on the field, it just does not work out.
He has to be, not only do professional athletes have a certain expectation of how you handle yourself with the media, but the Yankees, the pride, the power, the pinstripes, there's a certain way to carry yourself off the field, and you do not bail on media and let your teammates answer those tough questions for you. That obviously checked his box, man. That's what I think eventually made him get sent down.
And probably part of trade bait.
Yeah, trade bait. His bat is hot. Batted .280, like you said, 11 homers and 38 RBIs?
Like 30-something RBIs.
And he did that in very little time. If he played the full amount of games that we've played, he'd be looking at 20 homers. And
20, 25 home runs,
60,
maybe
70 RBIs, maybe even more.
Yeah, I'm saying that. I think the whole post-game thing, that's what cost him.
Yeah.
Also, I am going to use my analogy like I told you earlier today.
Yeah.
So think of it this way. Think of it you're at a job with a lot of employees, and no matter how hard you work, you get the same result in the end. That's what's going on with Frazier. When you have Judge, Stanton, Hicks, Gardner, all those guys.
All the employees he's working with all have the same, if not better, talent. They all can hit, and the fielding is the one little asterisk on Frazier's game right now that is put him below the belt. So no matter how much he worked on it in the field, shag fly balls, put that work in, his bat is great, but so is everybody else's.
Exactly.
And so
we need someone that can do all of the above. Hit, field, and also handle yourself. Look at Judge.
Off the field especially, yes.
Be like Judge. Be like the redheaded Judge. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen anymore.
Aaron Judge, so calm, so quiet.
So humble.
So humble. And not only that, he's the biggest player on the team.
6'7",
physically.
6'7", 285. I can't wait till he comes back, by the way, because he brings something to the clubhouse. Like a good energy, a good vibe. Someone that you want to play for. A captain, for example.
A very Jeterian vibe. Judge has that just chewing his gum, playing baseball kind of attitude. He makes it about the game.
Not about himself.
It's not about himself, ever. I love that. And Frazier, you did make it about yourself inadvertently when you ran from a moment where you're supposed to step up and face it. And even when bad things are happening, and trust me, baseball is a game of failure. If you're failing 70% of the time and batting 300, you're doing great. But you have to accept and get used to failure in a way that it hurt me. Like, baseball hurt my psyche in my life when I wasn't on the field. The next day, if you go 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts, the next day is a little more gray. And vice versa. And the flip side, if you have a great day, you bat 3 for 4, a home run, a double. The next 2 days, you're walking on water, man. But, Clint, we asked, how many times can his psyche handle going up and down this much?
Too much. I don't know.
I don't think he can handle
much
more.
I think it's over. I do too. And see, I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
Besides him getting sent down, when I knew it was going to be the end? When we got the big guy, Edwin Encarnacion.
Right.
When we got him, first of all, okay, I'm going to be completely honest. When we first saw Edwin Encarnacion, I'm like, what the actual hell? Like, why are we getting this guy? We don't need any more hitters. We need a pitcher.
Yeah, and to be honest, it was both for us. Wait, what?
I'm like, you're like, another.
Okay, I'll take it.
No, I'm not complaining about it, but I'm just saying, I'm like, did we actually need him? That's kind of like what I said about when we got Stanton. I'm like, did we need him?
It's like if it's an army and you have your snipers, your infantry, your heavy artillery, and your navy. Let's just pretend we have 1,000 howitzers, big cannons, our artillery is loaded, and then we just now added a B-52 bomber on top of it, flying over and dropping in more heavy artillery. So it's we got the offense. We're not complaining.
I'm not complaining.
We're not complaining.
But the main question is, did we need him?
I don't know if we needed him.
No, because
we'll take him.
But here's the problem. He's either a DH or a first baseman.
Yeah.
And the problem is, if you put him at DH, you got to and then unfortunately the other guys who came back from the injuries, they're going to need some DH times because they're still recovering in a way. They're playing baseball for the first time in months.
And you know what? You just brought up something in my mind I didn't even think about yet. Voit, who has been Yankee. Yes, he played for the Cardinals for a little bit, but he found himself in New York. And he's been slugging like we want him to. He had a few skids of the at-bat, but he found it again. He finds his way. What's this going to do to his... Well, is there going to be pressure in a bad way? Yes, baseball is a competitive thing. You always got to fight for your time on the field and fight for your position. But Voit really did not have any threats to play his position.
No, he played it like a champ. It was either him or Greg Bird, and unfortunately,
where are you? Bye, Birdie.
Birdie decided he had a broken body. And he's a broken man now because he just saw his first base job within the last couple of years just go.
He had chances. He had all the chances, and my God, he did not ever put the ibuprofen in his body.
Clearly not.
But I'll also ask along the lines of what's going to happen when the big boys come back. And yes, we saw the Frazier go bye-bye. And what's going to happen to the likes of Urshela?
He's going to be on a bench.
I honestly don't think so. I see what you're saying. You have LeMahieu start at third. You got Didi at short, Glaber at second, Voit, and Encarnacion rotating maybe at first. But I like the idea of, like, hopefully it's going to be a per day type rotation where sometimes Didi will be DHing because his glove doesn't look quite there yet.
He's still trying to find the pieces, and obviously
He's hitting.
Yeah, he's batting. I think I saw it today. He's like 10 for 30 right now. He's batting .333.
We'll take it. But we can put Glaber over at short and put DJ over at second and get Urshela a lot of starts at third because we have not seen a player like that go from literally nothing
to being a somebody. Actually, you could kind of say the same thing about Didi Gregorius because he didn't get a lot of playing time when he was with Arizona and when he started off with the Reds. Now that he's in New York, who would have thought this would have been an absolute steal?
He also had to fill in the shoes of
El Capitan.
El Capitan. Not easy to do.
No, not very easy. But very impressive, though.
I think our manager, Aaron Boone,
He's done well.
He's done very well. He has a fun problem ahead of him. With all the injuries that just constantly plagued him, it must have been such a sweet and pleasant surprise to see these players step up, these young guys coming in, filling in their role, being excited, and just great energy in the Yankees clubhouse. Don't need things like Frazier and his drama. We don't have room for that.
His bull crap.
His BS.
Don't need that.
But, and he's quoted saying that's a tough one to swallow. And he's like, you know what, man? Your attitude was tough. Yeah, you made one mistake in one day, and
it kind of ruined your Yankee career.
Yeah. So if you make it back one more time, yes, your bat better be even better, but your glove and your mouth better be silent.
Yeah. You see, and then you throw away the key.
Face the camera, talk to them.
Take it like a man.
Take it like a man. Don't let your teammates have to fill in for you.
Okay.
Like I said, we have our rotation: Tanaka, Happ, Paxton, CC Sabathia. Not in that order. We've had some spot starts with Chad Green.
5-0, and when he has started, by the way.
Hale come in for the 4 or 5 innings afterwards. Yeah. Loaizaga and Sessa.
Loaizaga is injured, unfortunately. Sessa has an ERA of 6.1, which is terrible.
But as James told me, our relief is quite relieving. We've got Holder, Ottavino, Canley, Britton, Chapman.
I will have to say, Holder hasn't been the same self like he was last year, unfortunately.
But you know what? With all those other people around him performing, like, somebody's got to be the bad guy. I don't know. Everybody is.
The odd man out?
The odd man out.
Well, unfortunately, he can't hold his job.
And he's not the Ottavino that we have. So,
there you go.
Domingo Herman, Luis Severino, and Dylan Betances all still on the IR. IL. As of 2019, right?
Yep. IL is the first.
That's right. Injury list.
Sorry. This is DL. I keep on saying DL.
Well, our Yankees are hanging in there. They're
still in first place.
Still in first. Looking great.
Face the Rays and the Astros, which is a very tough. It's going to be a tough road.
Yeah.
But
we are very excited to see.
They took the first game in style yesterday, though.
Yes.
With DJing and Maben going deep, and Tanaka with that complete game shutout, which was sigh of relief, by the way.
Very pleasant to hear. Because he's always battling some kind of injury, and he's a tough one. Masahiro Tanaka doesn't talk about it much, but he is always pitching through elbow pain. Like, that man doesn't like to sit. He's a competitor, and I love when they finally have those flashes of that gold, of that ace that we have within him.
He's the second ace.
Yeah, he has to be, with Severino. And then even Domingo Herman was
lights out until, unfortunately, those last couple of starts. And you kind of had an idea maybe it was an injury because he didn't look the same self.
Yeah.
He looked like, the first 10 starts, he looked like Cy Young, Luis Severino last year.
Yeah. And I will say, with all this, these are good problems to have. Yankees baseball, we did not expect this type of year with the injuries and the success from all these no-names. And
did you see my sadness from all those injuries happening? Literally, it felt like Infinity War almost. Like everybody gone one by one. Yes, big time spoiler alert.
And then literally half of them disappear. But
they're coming back.
They not only are coming back, the people that filled in for them did a great job, and we are literally going to tip all of our caps to you, but Cameron Maben, all you guys, thank you, and keep it going. Keep it going.
Well, like I said, I think Maben now has a better shot of staying up. Now that Frazier's down, and then obviously probably Mike Tauchman is probably going to get sent down.
Yeah, no. And like I said, Cameron Maybin's making it impossible for him to be sent down or cut or whatever you want to call it, sent to waivers. So keep it up, buddy. I love ya.
I still love you no matter what.
And more than a role player, man, you keep being lights out, dude. You're not known for home runs. You're hitting home runs. Let's go, baby.
He's a veteran.
Yeah.
He learns that he doesn't have to hit the home run every at bat. He steals bases. He gets on base. He can actually catch a fly ball.
He's a Gold Glove outfielder, and so we need that flash out there after what's been happening. But that was a beautiful Yankees update, by the way.
Oh yes, a nice little 16-minute Yankee update.
We haven't talked, and as you can see, it pours out of us. But I'm going to stay in the baseball mode. Do a little shout out to my boys at UConn. They are out of it. But before, I just want to give a little love. They got to advance to the regional final against Oklahoma State. They were in a pool of Harvard, who was nasty, by the way, if you didn't know, Nebraska, Oklahoma State, and themselves. When you hear college baseball and the names like Nebraska and Oklahoma State,
what?
You put Connecticut in there? Who do you think's coming out and being in the finals?
Us.
Well, yeah, we did.
The big boys. Because think of it this way, not to trash Nebraska or anything like that, but they play baseball over there.
Nebraska's the only thing they do over there. They eat corn, make football and baseball players, but
and they have the capital called Lincoln, I believe, too.
Oh,
just a random thing.
No, that's not even in that. No, what does Nebraska have?
Lincoln. That's it. And baseball, apparently.
Good for you guys.
You guys are doing something right then.
Nebraska did punch us in the face right away. UConn lost 8-5. It's double elimination.
Ooh.
So, after losing 8-5 against Nebraska with our backs against the wall, we beat Harvard 10-2. Statement victory, by the way. Statement. You beat bad teams and you beat them good.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Then we got to take our revenge out on Nebraska, and we beat them 16-1.
Oh, I'm sorry. Repeat that score.
UConn baseball beat Nebraska 16-1.
That's like football score almost.
Yeah, eliminating them.
Even better.
Thusly, we faced Oklahoma State and won the first game. It is double elimination. Oklahoma State hadn't lost yet, so we were going to have to beat them twice. We beat them 5-2, and then unfortunately, with all of our arms gassed and all the legs and bodies just probably beaten up, we lost 3-1, and that's a true honorable performance by UConn men's baseball. They don't get a lot of love on the national scale.
Unfortunately not, because, I don't know.
But hey, they've had the names like George Springer and current players like Matt Barnes and all those.
TJ Stolzenberg.
Hey! But I will say nonetheless, just wanted to read off a couple shout-outs to some of the players because there's two pairs of brothers on the team.
Heyo!
Patrick Winkle and Chris Winkle.
Heyo!
Patrick batting .318, Chris .264. Patrick had 7 homers and 38 RBIs, and Chris had 2 with 44 RBIs.
2 home runs and 44 RBIs.
Isn't that weird? We were the inverse.
How often does that even happen?
He's a gap hitter. He's a doubles hitter, and hey, he did great.
That probably would have been me if I played baseball.
The Fedcos. We had Christian Fedco, batting .271, 3 homers, 43 RBIs. And then Kyler Fedco, whose name I heard a lot, batting .242 with 5 dingers and only 23 RBIs. But, hey, everybody else seemed to share the load. Look how many people had 30 and 40 RBIs.
And they only have like 3-4 home runs.
Yeah.
And yet when I play MLB The Show, I have like 20 and like
because you
34.
look at teams like Oklahoma State, Nebraska, they had like 10, 12. Some players had 20. Like, these guys hit homers. We were a true, grinded-out, base-to-base baseball team. Our leading hitters were John Topa, batting .326, 4 homers, 35 RBIs, and Michael Woodworth, batting .325, 5 homers, 42 RBIs. Tip of the cap to you guys. And Mason Fioli, guy came in closed. He pitched as whenever he could. Had 83 strikeouts this year.
83 strikeouts.
Yeah. And to show you what And to show you what college baseball is like, he led the team with the lowest ERA of 4.33.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
College
4.33.
College baseball, you don't see
Jeez.
scores like 3-1, man. You see the 10-8, 8-5,
that 22 to like 21.
And need I say they're these starting pitchers, like if they go 5, 6, 7 innings, you're happy about it. You're thankful. But they're not pros. They don't throw 120 pitches. If they do, good luck tomorrow. But they are young, but they're all so cautious these days about the pitch count. So they'd go, let's say, 3, 4 innings, give up 2, 3 runs. It's still based off a 9-inning thing. So 3 runs in 3 innings is a 9 ERA. So, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
And you're actually kind of probably happy with that because you're probably in the ballgame still if you only gave up 3 runs. But
you could probably be down 10-0. You'd be like, oh, yeah, we still got a shot.
Yeah, college baseball, metal bats. You never know. And I'll say this. UConn baseball, you silently continue to have a lot of success. I love you, Coach Penders, Jim Penders. Keep whatever formula you got there because you're turning a lot of good boys into a lot of good men. So keep it up. What the heck is going on in the other world of sports?
Oh, you mean the major sports?
What, was there a basketball championship or something?
Yeah, the dinosaur.
Yeah, the Dinos.
The Dinos.
The Canadian Dinos.
The Toronto Raptors shockingly beat the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. Golden State trying for 3 wins in a row.
Yes.
3 championships. Second time.
They were about to do a 3-peat, and then
it got nixed.
And then no. That happened. What? What? The Toronto Raptors decided to say.
I know that was
Dikembe
Mutombo.
Yeah.
No. But I liked it. I liked the way.
That's what the Raptors wanted.
That's what Kawhi Leonard.
First of all, they
said.
shockingly shocked everybody.
Yeah.
They shocked me. I wasn't expecting that.
No, all the analysts too at ESPN and all that, they were all saying like Toronto's the better team. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, because Toronto was healthy, unlike Golden State.
See,
that's why everyone's saying is like, did Toronto deserve the championship? Is there an asterisk next to their thing?
No,
they beat them fair and square.
Fair and square. And we saw what happened with KD and the whole drama of like, is he actually hurt? And then he goes out and rips his Achilles tendon.
And then Klay Thompson, he hurts himself. All right, first of all, I kind of want to give the tip of the cap to Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
What he did in Game 6, tearing his ACL, going into the locker room, then turns around and shoots those 2 free throws. I'm like, you got to do that.
Wow.
I love that.
That's a very cool moment that's forgotten because they needed each.
Everybody. They literally needed
every player.
Every player possible.
Everything they had.
Because literally the only player that wasn't injured was Steph Curry.
Curry.
That was pretty much.
That's right. Iguodala was hurt.
DeMarcus Cousins was hurt.
KD.
And Klay Thompson was out. Oh. The fact they made it this far, even with those guys getting injured, is even more remarkable.
Toronto does deserve a full, you got it, you won the championship, because they also have to show up, needless to say. Kawhi Leonard, very, very deserved MVP.
Well, in the entire postseason, he was just fun to watch.
What was that game where the ball went up, it bounced,
it
rolled,
the Game 7 against the Philadelphia 76ers, the quadruple dunk in the basket, possibly one of the best moments of the NBA.
Infamous picture of him down like a frog position.
Yeah, I was like, come on. It's like, come on. You knew it was going to go in. You're like,
after the first dink, everyone was kind of like, wait a second.
And then the second one, and then it moved to the left side. And then it moved to the left side. And then in
victory. That was awesome.
The entire city of Toronto was probably ending up in flames after that.
All of Canada.
In
flames. Dude, I will say this. He put a country on his back.
His back is probably nice and sore because he had to put an entire country on his back.
And now he literally can do what he wants. He can sign where he wants. He has nothing to prove to anyone anymore. He did it.
It'd be nice for him to go back to Toronto, though, because clearly...
I think what he's going to do is sign like a 1-1 or a 2-1 with an option on that a second or third year. Do a couple more years, maybe try to win another one in Toronto, because 6 of the 8 major players are returning. So.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Because clearly he looked pretty good in Toronto, despite him not being very happy that he got traded to Toronto. He ended up getting a championship because of that.
Did he get traded to Toronto?
Yeah, he did, from the Spurs. It was the Kawhi for DeMar DeRozan deal.
Oh.
DeMar DeRozan wasn't too happy because he's like, the team...
There was the whole thing where Kawhi refused to play, and like they had to figure something out.
That Spurs drama last
And
year.
they did actually talk about how, like, with Kyle Lowry was asked, how do you feel like DeMar DeRozan like was with this team the whole time, and then like as soon as he leaves, like, does DeMar DeRozan like look foolish and look worthless because Kawhi changed everything and made them finally start to win?
He made them a championship team.
Yeah,
no, DeMar DeRozan.
You can't look at it like that.
No, dude, you just happen to be the better player on the team.
Kawhi just happened to be the better player, and the team just started to function better. And you can't hate on DeMar DeRozan like that. But I will say this:
he was one of the best players in Raptors franchise history.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Kawhi happened.
Oh wow!
But
1 year.
Speaking of Kawhi, man, look at that. Spurs, Finals MVP.
Stopped the three-peat of the Miami Heat, which ultimately sent LeBron James to Cleveland.
Kawhi.
Against Golden State.
Golden State.
Stopped the three-peat.
MVP. Finals MVP.
And he stopped another three-peat.
He's also 27 years old.
All right, so which team is going to be having the next three-peat that he wants to stop?
I don't think anybody else. What if he becomes the three-peat?
You never know.
Signs a 2-year deal, doesn't know, who knows. We'll say this. What else is happening in the NBA? Maybe a team that might have something to say coming up. The a-la Lakers.
The a-la-la-la-la-la. Way too much drama.
Way too much drama. Genie Bus.
Rob Pelinka. Magic Johnson decides to take the boot, and now...
You know what? You realize we don't ever talk about... Like,
we just talk about those three,
like,
not the actual team. Not Staples Center.
What other teams do you ever talk about front office?
Never. Actually,
New York, maybe.
Maybe the Knicks, because of the James Dolan incident.
He stinks so much. But we're talking about such crap, like he said. We're not even talking about the players. Well, granted, there weren't any players to talk about.
Are you talking about the Knicks or the Lakers?
Either.
Oh yeah, that is also true.
Last couple of years.
But
here's where we're at.
But the sun
is starting to shine
in LA.
In LA.
Or is it?
Or is it?
They
got rid of Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram,
and 3 first-round picks, including their number 4 overall pick in this upcoming draft.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So think of the Pelicans. They have the number 1.
Oh yeah, by the way, who'd they get? We haven't mentioned it.
Anthony
Davis.
Oh, of course.
If we left that out, and if you live under a rock and didn't know.
Oh, everyone knows that. But okay,
well, yeah. What are you saying?
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying. So the Pelicans, they have the number 1 overall pick and the number 4 overall pick.
Whoa, number 1 and number 4.
They may be sneaky.
So that's this coming year.
This upcoming draft, they have the number 1 overall pick. So they're obviously getting Zion. Who's the number 4 overall pick going to be?
Well, they already got Zion.
The draft didn't happen yet.
Well, they
will get Zion.
You're right. They will get Zion. But like, I can't even think of like the 4th best. Like, no. There's like.
What do you think?
There's another Duke player.
What do you think?
You guys think?
What do you think? Who's going to be the 4th overall pick? Or I almost said Hornets for a second. The Pelicans, because it was the New Orleans Hornets. That's why.
Yes, it was. And speaking of which, that's a beautiful segue into the other part of what we're going to talk about, the Charlotte Hornets. My love for Kemba Walker, because
I always loved him.
They're talking about in LA, they need a couple pieces, they need a point guard. Kemba Walker is a free agent, they're looking for that. Kemba Walker. UConn!
Cardiac Kemba!
So 5 games, 5 days, national championship.
Where is he going?
He
wants to take less money and still play with the Hornets. How about that? How often do you hear that? I love that. I
repeat
excited
what James just said. He wants to take less money to stay with his Charlotte Hornets.
Instead of playing for the Lakers or the Knicks or whatever other team he wants to play for.
It's like we don't know what's in his head if he doesn't want to play for a team, but we do know he has loyalty.
He bleeds the Hornets.
He bleeds Hornets. He has loyalty. He has character. He said he wants to get Charlotte back on the map. And guess what? He's trying everything. He's trying everything he can, literally. And what you said before we aired, he gives everything. And I saw it all the way in college, all the way through the pros. He has become the Charlotte Hornets' best player in franchise history. It's a short franchise history, but he has become the best player. And Who knows? He wants to take a little less money so maybe they can put bigger pieces around him. That doesn't guarantee that they'll even have any bigger pieces around him. So honestly, I would say Kemba, it's an honorable thing that you say, but if you're willing to take less money, do it on a team with LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
I don't think he wants to play there.
Maybe.
Too much drama.
Probably not.
They're probably going to make a soap opera.
But
in
the whole
Los
cardiac Kemba thing, you know, people think he might go to the Knicks, but like, what's enticing about the Knicks other than the fact that he has great history in the Garden?
Madison Square Garden is a great place, but
you know,
what's going on?
Kemba, you averaged 25.6 points this year with 5.9 assists, 4.4 bounds. Dude, you keep doing your thing. You are nasty. You are always ever improving, and like people have said, you've probably grown up in Charlotte, so that's why you probably don't want to leave. I trust whatever decision you make because the NBA is full out of power teams and all that.
Super teams. And too much ego.
Too much ego. It's very refreshing, as James said, to see this.
Yeah, and speaking of ego, I hope this player doesn't end up with the Nets. I hope Kyrie Irving doesn't end up there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sick of Kyrie.
Like I said, great player, horrible leader. I prefer D'Angelo Russell because clearly he knows how to run a team. He's the leader. Sean Marks, make the right decision, man.
I think the right decision will be made because I think you got a couple pieces that are very interested in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. Because we have enough cap space to sign a
have
big
the
league
cap
player.
space.
And also, we finally have a draft pick for
And
once.
you finally have a draft pick. So, Brooklyn, in New York, Brooklyn versus the Knicks, Brooklyn is the more sexy team right now.
Yes, because
So-
Brooklyn's a great area. Love that place.
Hey.
As someone that used to live there, too, so.
Hey, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Well, here we are. We've arrived at the end of beautiful episode number 19.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't want to talk about.
Well, I want to, James.
Okay.
See, he squeezes it in. He can't not go one episode without being like, wait a minute, what about? Tell us, buddy.
Fine.
What's new with your life?
I am on the dark side now.
He's come to the dark side. He is off of the market.
Hi, Sarah. I hope you're enjoying this episode. Just me saying hi as I wave.
Sorry, Sarah. We will start next episode we'll have way more time because we've come to the end, but it's a beautiful thing. You know, a lot of James's stories and my stories have been very...
Let's just say the number of stories.
We've had a lot of tough ones. So it's nice to hear a refreshing, positive, new, flowering, blossoming thing.
A new chapter in the life of James.
And here we are at the end. I want to say thank you for listening and hit up our social media, please.
Subscribe. Remember about the question of the day. Who is that 4th overall pick? Or who do you think that 4th overall pick is going to be?
Pelicans are going to get Zion and who?
I don't know.
Well,
they're going to find out.
you tell us. Please. Please hit us up. Social media. James, take it away.
Fine. Twitter, @LifePinstripes. Instagram, Life and Pinstripes.
Yeah, difference.
Yeah, I know. A little difference involving an and. Also, JF21 on Twitter. You're
Stolzenberg DJ, I think.
still there. JF22. Oh no, what the?
That's just he just reacted
right.
because the battery is saying I'm low.
All right, that's
So
it.
take it away, James.
All right. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you next week.
Rock and or roll. Change the battery. Change the battery. Change the battery.